We're live. I haven't done my hair.
Oh, boo-hoo. Neither have I. Just come straight from work. Deal with it.
Hello and welcome to the Football League Adventures podcast. This is the, right, I'm now saying fourth episode in the playlist.
Okay.
Okay, we don't count the one that never existed. This is
It existed.
this is the fourth podcast
Yes.
that is live, and it's our second live one. So, Paul, get in there, say hello, ask us questions about the Championship, Downton on League, not Premier League. We had questions last week, and I didn't answer them because we don't do Premier League. We've got someone watching already. But I just want to say that, as some of you may have seen in the news, Southgate has resigned. We didn't win the Euros.
And unfortunately, he does not get a tattoo.
My
Very disappointed
arms
about that.
stay clean. And that's enough about that. Now let's move on. I never liked Southgate, and never will. So, yeah. No, seriously though, if you haven't seen the news, Southgate resigned yesterday. And people that are being touted as a replacement for him is, I'll say the top three runners is Eddie Howe,
Yep.
Potter,
Yes.
and Pochettino. I would say out of the three,
I'd have to say Poch,
Poch.
probably.
I don't think, I've said it before, Eddie Howe is not a man that is going to come in and win you cups. He will win you games and, you know, keep the team at a nice, easy kill. But yeah, he's not a man who's going to come in and win the Euros, the Nations League, or the World Cup. I don't see it.
The argument can be made, you say the same thing about Graham Potter.
Yeah.
To a degree. And even that argument still sits over Poch, because the only thing he's won was in France with PSG. And if you don't win the league with France with PSG right now,
You might as well say goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. So the argument, you can make that argument across for all three of them, to be fair. I think Poch excites me the most because he will get the most out of that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't have lost his job at Chelsea last season. Did a phenomenal job with what he got handed. And it's the same type of scenario of international management, isn't it? You have to work with, you have to make the players that you've got fit how you want to play. You don't get that much of a choice because it's who's available at the time. And I think he'd do a really good job.
Yeah, exactly.
He's well respected by a lot of the England players from his time, obviously at Spurs, at Southampton, at Chelsea. So I'd like to see him given an opportunity. I think he would do well. Whether he'd be enough to get us over the line, I don't know, because I don't think the squad mentally have it.
No.
Yes, there could be a lot said about Southgate, and he's a defensive manager and this and that. But our identity, if you want to call it anything, is we play in moments. We always have. Doesn't matter whether it's team from 96, team from 2000, 2004, 2010, 16, 18 now.
Yeah.
We play in moments. We don't dominate games. We don't take games.
Never dominate.
We don't take games by the scruff of the neck. We don't dominate them. We play in moments. We play in batches. Spain were there for the taking when we scored. We absolutely had them rattled. And we sat back. That's not an instruction that's come from Southgate. That's the fear factor of the players. That's their mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't kill teams off.
No.
We're happy to win 1-0 rather than go and win 4-0. Especially in major tournaments. In qualifiers, we just run all over everybody.
Yeah.
When it comes to major tournaments, the fear of making a mistake.
Yeah, we're more scared of making mistakes than we are going and winning a game.
Yeah.
We did deserve to be in the final.
We had the easiest route.
We had the easier route, but we made it look the hardest.
You can only beat what's in front of you, but yeah, we made hard work of every single game. We went behind in 5 out of 7. We had the lowest one for the team that had the most goal scorers collectively across the 26 out of every team in Europe.
Yeah.
We reached a goal a game.
Yeah. And we just some will put it down as we didn't fail, but we did fail because we failed in the team that we had.
I mean, to get to 2 consecutive Euro finals is not something I thought I'd ever probably see, but we had the quality in that squad to win.
Yeah,
realistically.
And I will still go by what I say. I do not think I will see that England team win a major tournament in my lifetime. I don't see it because
If we don't win in 28 when it's here, then we won't win at all.
no,
That Euros in 28, I think, for the cycle of players that we've got now, if you look at the ages of Foden, Palmer, Watkins, Gordon, Braithwaite, Gahey,
yeah,
they're all going to be 4 years' time. They'll all be kind of coming into peak, kind of like they'll all be kind of 20 between 25 and 28.
Yeah,
for most of them. Pickford will
peak
for goalkeeper
players.
will be in his peak, which would be like early 30s.
Yeah.
If we don't do it then,
we're not going
to do it at all. Because in terms of the quality of the players that are there, they should match everybody. So if it's not done in 4 years, then go.
No, and I got to say, as a Brighton fan, Gahey, what a player!
Yeah,
and
he was my player of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, when the players come together for an England team, the fans forget about where they play and where they've come from. And
I will give Southgate credit for that, because he's integrated players from teams that wouldn't normally have players in the squad. Palace had 4 players in the squad.
I hate to say that, but it shows how much Palace have improved.
But it also shows the quality now up and down the league. You're not relying on those 6 teams to provide players. All right, Dunk didn't get on, but there's Duncan Bryan. You've got Gahey, Wharton, Watkins, Tony. They all contributed.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing they weren't allowed to contribute more. And it was clear right from the off that the same 11, bearing in mind that outside of the Trent experiment, the same 10 players started every game.
Yeah.
It was only Trent, Gallagher and Mainoo were the only difference in the starting 11.
Yeah, and I think he should have dropped Kane a couple of times.
It was fairly obvious from the get-go that Kane wasn't match fit.
Same as Bellingham.
Same as Bellingham, to be fair. Bellingham was out on his feet.
Yeah.
Many times. We're watching in Spain in the 80th minute just before they scored. He's literally bent over the 18-yard box, hands on his legs. He's absolutely spent.
What they should do is they should play the tournament like they did with the World Cup. Play it halfway through the season, because your players are still fresh and you're still going to get a decent game of football, because that tournament was poor.
Yeah, but there's a thing to be said that they're now playing. It doesn't matter where the tournament is; they're playing too much football. You look at the standard of the Copa America, which ran at the same time as the Euros.
Yeah.
Poor tournament.
Yeah.
Poor quality. But then you've also got to look at the quality of the pitches. They suffered.
Especially in Germany.
Well, they suffered with it over in.
Did they?
Over there, their pitches were cutting up, and it's. The poor pitches, the poor quality of play, fatiguing the players. Something has to give, and there's going to be a club tournament next summer.
Yeah, I know, World Club Championship.
Yeah,
which they're going to do at the end of the season. So not only are Premier League teams,
the one time in the kind of the way the cycle works, so they actually get a break, because 1 year is the Nations League, then you have the World Cup, the Euros, and then there's this kind of the summer off.
Yeah.
And now they filled it with a tournament at the end of the season.
It's coming down to players aren't getting the time off anymore.
No. Bellingham played 64 games. Liverpool, when they lost the Champions League final a couple of years ago to Real Madrid, played 72.
Yeah, he's
72 games in a season.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I know.
We know non-league, which we'll get onto a little bit, play a significant number of games, especially with the FA Vase, the FA Trophy, their league season. But it's still the intensity and the levels, distances they're covering. It's a lot of games.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot of games. But yes, as you said, getting on to
here.
Yeah, that's why we're here. So yes, Euros is done now for another 4 years. So we'll come back round to that for the next Euros tournament. Obviously we've got the World Cup in 2 years.
Mexico.
What the plan is going to be, because I didn't realise in 2028 it's over here.
Yeah.
So plan is I'm going to try and get tickets and go.
Oh yeah.
To a game.
Yeah,
got,
yeah.
got
Went
to
to
get.
the women's Euros when it was at the Amex. I've got to go to a game.
Yeah, so we're. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it is in England.
Ideally, I'd like to see.
Ideally, it'd be nice, but yeah,
the
I'd
thing
like
is,
to,
England will always be at Wembley, whereas all the other games will be spread around. Won't they?
Amex and.
There won't be any of the Amex. They're not chosen.
Do you not reckon?
They
Oh, they haven't.
They didn't choose Old Trafford, amusingly enough,
Well,
because it's across. It's in, I think it's in Wales, Northern Ireland, Republic
it's
of
London,
Ireland.
isn't it?
Yeah, they
More central.
yeah, so the stadium in Northern Ireland's not even built yet. To be fair,
Yeah, I mean, they could have picked
no, it's the state of the stadium.
Amex.
It's not big enough. When you think of this, like the Tottenham Stadium, the Emirates,
Yeah, I suppose.
Anfield, the new Everton ground, which is 50 some odd thousand, St
Yeah.
James's Park, they're not going to pick the
No,
Amex
true.
in terms of the number of people they can get in the stadium.
Yeah, no, that is true. Because the women's is in Switzerland next year, isn't it? I looked today.
If you say so, I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
I know they drew 0-0 with Sweden and qualified. And what was pretty much a
Yeah,
dead rubber game.
they've qualified for the tournament. So I got an email today again. England women qualified.
Yeah, I got the same email. I couldn't tell you where they are.
But yeah, they're playing it in Switzerland. So I'm thinking I've always want to go to Switzerland. So
You're not jet setting across Europe enough this year, no?
What better? I know. I know.
Yeah, jet setting enough, are you, mate?
No, not enough. It needs to be more. But yeah, so what we're all here for: football league, non-league.
Yeah.
To be honest, we didn't do any prep this time for this one. I just said we're going to sit down. We've got our phones. We're going to have a little look, see who it is.
I suggest we probably best explain how the non-league pyramid actually works
So
in this country, because it's not as straightforward as people think it is.
no. So with the National League, which is one division below League Two, one team goes up, and then as they do in the other leagues, other teams go through the playoffs. I think it's 6 teams go through the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you get 6 teams go through the playoffs. It's only one gets automatic.
Because whoever finishes second gets a bye, don't they?
Yes. Yeah. So first is automatic, and then so on down to
second to
7th.
Yeah.
Is playoffs.
Because the team that finishes second gets a bye through.
Yeah. So and also the team that finishes second gets to play at home as well.
Yes. Yeah.
For their
it's a little bit.
Games.
It's a little bit mirrored on the kind of the American playoff system, where that team that finishes second is guaranteed to play at home as a kind of reward for finishing second. Yeah,
and then as you as you go to the National League North, National League South, it's the same, but they don't call it playoffs, they call it eliminator.
Yes.
They don't like saying playoffs.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I mean, eliminator sounds more. Oh, we need to go and see that. I think
playoffs is an institution in the UK, but the reason why we have National League North and South,
yes,
because there's a lot of clubs, and
there is a lot of clubs.
To save the clubs from the financial burden of having to travel up and down the country, because there's 24 teams when you get down to North and South, so they split it to make it financially more viable for those clubs.
Yeah.
So 2 teams get promoted out south, 2 teams get promoted out of the north, 4 teams get relegated out of National League, and then they split based on their geographical location.
That's very right. So, like the end of last season, I went and watched Worthing against Maidstone in the semi-final, and what a day that was! Such a good game. Worthing won it 2-1, but it's just. When you watch non-league football, they want it so much more, and they're fighting for something.
It's their chance for a lot of the people that are predominantly part-time. There aren't that many professional clubs, especially when you get down to kind of the north-south level. They're all predominantly semi-professional, so it's the opportunity to potentially play professionally, which for a lot of people, it's kind of like a dream come true.
Yeah.
And 2, it means a lot to the local community. The further down the pyramid you go, the more community-based the clubs actually are.
Yep.
You look at things like the Wrexham documentary or the Salford documentary, you can just see how many people volunteer.
Yeah.
That without those people, the clubs don't exist. So
No.
the clubs to go higher up to kind of the national stage, because the National League in itself has a TV deal with what was BT Sport,
No,
now
TNT.
TNT Sport. It's that chance to showcase yourselves, to go against these clubs that, for a lot of them, they've got quite a lot of history.
Yeah, like Worthing, the finals on TV.
Yeah.
And
but you look at Hartlepool, for example. They were a football league club not long ago. You know, they're now in the National League, but that's a club with a lot of heritage.
Well, we saw them.
Well, yeah, we went to these. I was just using them as an example.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the ability to play.
Say another club that was a big club in the Football League, Macclesfield.
Yeah.
They got disbanded, went out of business, and they've now got what they call a Phoenix Club.
Yeah.
So a Phoenix Club is basically so say Brighton, no, not wrong, sorry, probably say Worthing or Eastbourne Borough went out of business, shut down, stay. Then normally what you'll find is some of the fans will get sort of like a get together and get a consortium together, and then they look to rebuild it, and they call it like AFC Worthing. Or
look at Bury, it's probably the biggest one.
Bury, yeah, there we go.
In the
AFC Bury,
and then in the pyramid, they're quite still further down the pyramid, but you know they were a League Two club that went completely bust.
Yeah, that's down to the owner who bought them.
But the club went bust. It got thrown out of the Football League. Group the supporters got together, created AFC Bury.
Yeah.
Bought back the rights to ground Gig Lane.
They got Gig Lane. They play it now.
Yeah, and they're rising their way through the pyramid. But that's the beauty of what the English football, the pyramid is. It's why
that's
the game.
That's why I stopped going to Premier League games now, because just the football, and especially the fans as well. Yeah. It's passionate. It's
I'm not saying that Premier League fans are passionate. But you get more involved in it, and it, as I say, it's more community based.
And we can be here to where the laptop is now, and you're that close to the dugout of the managers. And if you want to give,
look at Scott Lindsay's.
Well,
last night when we were at Lewis.
So last night we were at for first pre-season game of this year, of the new season. I say pre-season and pre-season.
Before you trip over your words like you did yesterday.
Yeah, I had to re-record that.
Yeah, you did.
So we were at the first pre-season game of the season. We were at the first pre-season game this year. You get really tongue-tied. But yeah, it was Lewis Crawley and Scott Lindsay. You could give him abuse if you want. You could go up and talk to him, and he'd turn around and talk to you. A lot of the managers will.
Yeah.
Like I found that last year with
we did with Bognor.
With Robbie Blake at Bognor. Just dropped him a message on Twitter, X, and asked if I could get a chat before the game. He's like, yeah, not a problem. Come and have a chat and go from there.
Some of these guys were big players.
Big players. He was at Bolton, Burnley, Bradford.
Phillips, who was managing Eastleigh, we went to see him.
Hartlepool.
Yeah. It was they had someone else in the Eastleigh though.
Oh.
It's gonna fuck me. But yeah, so you get like this where a lot of those players will start their careers.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it. I mean, I went to Eastbourne last year as well, and they were fighting relegation, and this game they needed to win, and they won 3-0, and they had this defender. He must have been about 7 feet tall, and he was built like a brick shit house. And he was quality to watch, and he got a header and scored.
I love it.
It is, yeah. It was really, really good. But don't go around Eastbourne on your own. After it's dangerous.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's really not.
Really.
So anyway, as we're talking about the Football League, or non-league as the case may be, what is your thoughts on the new season?
I'm looking forward to it. I think National League South is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because you've got Dorking back in there now.
Yes, you do.
And I can see Dorking winning it, the league. I think they're strong enough, and Mark White knows what he's doing
Yeah,
of winning a promotion back. Yeah, Dorking will win, and I think it's going to be third time lucky for a certain South team.
you reckon?
Yeah, I think this is going to be their season. That they're the worthy to do it and got better be playoffs again.
Yeah,
That their win.
I don't think Worthing will.
No,
Not this season. I think they'll make playoff places, but I don't foresee them going up. To be fair, I think there are better teams in the league, personally.
okay.
So I don't see them going up this year.
Well, I mean, I think Dorking will go up.
Yeah, I think Dorking will bounce back. Their team, they've kept a lot of their team together. They're all quite loyal to Mark.
It's going to be interesting though, the following season, because they'll be playing Salford in the National League.
Salford will not be going down. Don't even start. They're
Not
not
now
going.
coming my way.
They're not going down. They're really not. It's not happening.
They are. They are going down. Salford are going to be relegated this season. It is about time. They have been poor for the last 3 seasons.
No, they're not.
So, mark my words, Dorking Salford National League next year. So who you thinking is going to go up with Dorking then?
Like Boreham Wood. Fancy their chances.
Yeah, they've always been
Kind of there's about
hovering about, and their name always pops up.
Yeah.
Every year their name pops up.
So I fancy Boreham Wood to go up. But
Okay.
I can't look past Dorking though, to be fair. I think Dorking will go, and I think Boreham Wood will go up via the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think of the two, it's the hardest one to call though, to be fair. Dorking are obviously the outlier. I think they're
the big club.
I don't want to say run away with it, but I think they'll be clear winners.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be like 9 points probably. Not going to run away with it like 15, 20 points ahead, but they are.
Hello, Lee.
But they are. I think they're clear winners.
Yeah.
But the rest to pick out the playoffs afterwards, I think it'll be, it's quite tight number of teams could go.
Yeah, it's going to be good. What about National League North?
I mean, there's a whole lot.
I don't know much about National League North, I will admit.
You've got a lot of teams in there, to be fair, that can do a good job. Kidderminster, Chorley, Chester.
Yeah, I forgot about Kidderminster.
Scarborough, Southport. Yeah, it's that's the
Southport of Wales, isn't there?
Yeah.
Could be another team this year. Go and see.
It could be. You never.
So that's 3 teams in Wales to go and see this year.
Yeah.
Wrexham fans.
So yeah, you could pick from a whole load, and that's what I mean in terms of so the South is harder to pick probably from the playoffs, but the winner I think is fairly easy to call. In the North, I can't.
It's multiple teams.
Yeah, any one of about 7 could probably go ahead and win the league, and I'm not brave enough to stick my neck on the line and pick one, quite frankly. Kidderminster possibly, depending on how they start. I'll
put my money on Kidderminster.
Yeah, I think depending on how they start, if they get out of the blocks, if they get out of the traps quite quickly, they could do. I feel like they do pretty well.
Yeah. I can't wait. It was so good being back, watching football last night, even though it was a friendly.
Yeah.
First pre-season of the new season.
Yes. So National League, the one step before the Football League.
Yeah.
I can't look past Forest Green. I feel like they'll go straight back up.
Yeah.
They've had a tumultuous couple of years going from League One to League Two to League Two to National League, but I feel like they've got they'll get good investment. They've got this stadium that's due at some point soon, which means they'll have a license, especially in that league, the license to print money. And I think they'll go straight back up.
Yeah, the Forest Green's a very odd club.
It's a very odd club. It's a very unique club.
Run club.
Yeah, but I can't really look past them going back up, quite frankly.
Yeah, no.
When you talk about who else is in the league, Aldershot, Altrincham, Barnet, they're due probably a bit of resurgence at some point. I think they considered themselves too good to go down the season they went down. So
I mean, they had Edgar Davids in charge at one point.
Yeah,
and
Gateshead,
playing for them.
Gateshead, Oldham, Rochdale, Hartlepool, probably not. They're a mid-table club. Eastleigh, who we went to see again, probably more to the kind of lower end. And I'm going to pick, and the other team that's going to probably run close will be Yeovil.
Yes, yeah, they went up from National League South. They sort of ran away with the league there. They were far too good for that league.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for teams to jump a little bit like in the Football League to go from 2 to 1 to Championship in a couple of steps. It's not uncommon from someone.
Well, I mean, look at Portsmouth.
Yeah, to go from North South to National League to go straight up again.
Yeah.
Normally it's done kind of first season. If it's not first season, you can get stuck there. It can be quite a difficult league to get out of, but it's not uncommon for someone to do that in 2 steps. So I think Yeovil will run that quite close.
Yeah, there's what you'll find with Championship down to non-league is if you get stuck there for too long, you stay in there.
Yeah,
there's perfect one, Bolton.
Yeah,
they got relegated and they just free fall.
Yeah.
And they've stayed in that Football League syndrome.
Yeah, that's fair.
And again, they lost out last season to Derby. And again, they've got to now.
Well, predictions. I think I'll go up.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing with the National League is if you either get out of it quickly or you get stuck there for a long time. There's kind of no in-betweens with that one.
No.
And then at the bottom, you tend to get a bit of a yo-yo situation. But the South and North are very competitive leagues. A lot of the teams are quite evenly matched.
Yeah.
So it gets a lot harder to kind of pick them. There's not normally an outlier like a Dorking, for example, in the South that you can normally put your go. They're going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, God, completely agree with that. It's I can't wait. I think this season for all leagues is going to be such an exciting season, especially with clubs that have gone up. But I mean, look at League One with the clubs that went from the Championship with the clubs that went down.
And the thing is, we're now seeing what were considered big teams.
Yeah.
Now starting to make their way down the football pyramid.
Yeah.
And I think it just shows to everybody that, you look at what Luton achieved going up, you can quite easily be a Portsmouth, a Derby, going back, Leeds going back the other way.
Yeah, and also, it's weird because you can never say that the big 6 in that division above the Championship won't ever hit that time where anything can happen.
Yeah, well, you look at Everton; they've been around for an eternity. They've been in that division for an eternity. But all it takes is about a couple of bad seasons for investment, and you will fall. You will fall.
You will come from down.
Come back down to bite you.
Yeah, but also we have got planned Scotland this season, haven't we?
We do indeed.
We are. I had a look. So this is what baffles me for football fans of sort of pricing and affordability. So I looked the other day for a return flight from England to Scotland from Gatwick, and it was £80, and that's you fly out on a Friday evening, back on a Sunday evening.
Doesn't quite account for your accommodation costs.
No, but you've got £80 for that, and it was about £25 for a ticket, and then you're probably looking travel lodge, 60 quid
Maybe.
at most.
Yeah.
And then you look at a flight to Manchester,
This is nuts.
220 quid. That's not it. It's just, yeah, it's baffling that you can go to Scotland for 80 quid, but if you want to go to Manchester, it's 220 quid return. Even on the train,
I don't get me started on train fare.
it was nearly £300.
I know, train fare's ridiculous. We were looking at doing City Away, weren't we?
Yeah. Thinking about it, even the coach was more than a flight.
Yeah.
It's
How much?
110 quid.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Plus the ticket.
Yeah, we spent about 140 quid for ticket and travel.
So we're going to go, we are planning to go to Scotland. I've looked at Aberdeen, Hearts, Hibs, because Rangers and Celtic.
I mean, when we do eventually work out where we are going to Scotland, we will do a Scotland special to kind of introduce everyone to the Scottish, to like go through the Scottish League. So
yeah, we'll be
it's not completely foreign when we're talking about a load of clubs that, you know.
No, and to be fair, a lot of people know.
They know Rangers,
the Scottish League.
Well, they know Rangers. A lot of people know Rangers and Celtic because they're teams that, you know,
everyone knows.
Have been in the Champions League and things like that. But you know, we wouldn't be doing it justice to that community if we did.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what we'll try and do is do a podcast over there.
Yeah.
Do it on the we've got the game on the Saturday. We do it on the Friday night. We'll do it on the Sunday before we fly back. I think it'd be
quite good.
It'd be a good one to do. We've got Wales also.
Yes.
Which we can.
Sure when yet, but
we're not sure when, but it will be at some point during the season.
That's when you want to do a pod. We and do a pod when we're in Wales. That would be.
I do it in Wales. I can even do the accent. I can even do the Welsh accent. I can.
Those two people that watched just disappeared.
I know, they just disappeared.
They got very offended by your Welsh accent and they disappeared.
They were probably Welsh. But I have still got Belgium coming up. Talk about it. It is happening. I heard back from KSK Beveren.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
You kept that quiet.
I swear I told you.
Yeah.
Well, basically what's happening is their season hasn't got a date yet because there is court proceedings going on against two clubs.
Oh.
So
yeah, you definitely.
I don't think I did. I thought I did. So yeah, that's all they said to me. Court proceedings going on against two clubs in Belgium.
I've got to look this up now.
So yeah, they're still waiting for a date. As soon as they know, they're going to let me know. And yeah, I'll be heading off to Belgium to film at the club.
I've got to look this up now.
Yeah, it's to do with something. There's something going on in Belgium because I will get the little message I got, and it said. Okay, so calendar is still under doubt because of court proceedings between two teams.
Oh,
that's what I got there.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, court meeting should end 18th of the 7th.
Oh, so literally tomorrow.
Literally, yeah,
tomorrow.
So I'll know tomorrow what is happening, which would be good. And I swear there was somewhere else I was going to go.
Germany at some point.
Germany, yes, Germany, Hertha Berlin, with two YouTubers over there. So I think they watch. So when they do watch this, I will be sorting that out with them.
Cheesy, like Jesus.
No, I'm saying hello to my supporters and our fans, Mike. Our fans that watch these podcasts. I mean, just look at the first one. 3,066 views.
It was insane.
It was so good. It was just so good.
There's so much more you want to say.
That we made someone else quit doing their podcast.
Look in the sky right now.
Yeah, so I enjoyed our first podcast. It was really, really good.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah,
The other one's doing well. They're low numbers, but they're still hitting.
it's all about
But it's all about getting to know us, and more people do it. Come in and watch. That's why I do it live, because I want this podcast to be raw, uncut. Exactly.
And the fact that we go on so many tangents is actually funny.
It's we're 35 minutes in, and we just go on a tangent about life and football, or more because you want. It is the Topical Football Life podcast.
Say that 3 times fast.
No, because I can't even say the first pre-season game of the season.
No, you can't.
So,
this is true.
Yeah, I'm quite glad we started this podcast, and the more people that watch, I hope you subscribe as well. If you're subscribed
as soon as we get
already.
into the season, it'll become a bit more.
Yeah, it become a bit more. It won't be so sporadic like it is now. We're talking. It's more that this is more the build up and getting to know us, and then getting to know what we're doing, where we're going, and then obviously we're going to be talking players of the week, players of the weekend, goals of the weekend.
Talking of players of the weekend, mate, like as well on that, mentioned to the Lewis goalkeeper yesterday. He had an absolute cracking game.
Do you know he was a trialist as well? That's
I thought he
why.
was. I did call it at the game. I said that I thought he was a trialist.
I didn't realise when you're a trialist you don't have your name on the back of the shirt. I didn't know that. And
we don't normally go to like really early pre-season friendlies. To be fair,
no,
most of the pre-season friendlies we've been to was the last was the Brighton home friendly before the season kicks off. So to go to literally day one, friendly at Lewis. But yeah, I did call it at the game. I thought he was a trialist because he had he was just in a grey kit with no badge, no sponsor, no name, no
and his
number.
gloves went up to there.
It was gloves
on his
arm. Really made some absolutely quality saves, especially the first one, going the other way, pushing the ball on the post. Distribution left a little bit to be desired, but you can get that sometimes as a trialist and you don't really know your teammates properly.
Yeah.
But very good goalkeeper. Very good.
Really good. He pulled off a couple of stunning saves.
Made 7 saves
in
that
game. Yeah.
I got unlucky with the first goal, to be fair.
Yeah, but to be fair to Lewis, that Crawley team, first half team, was
if they play
something else.
If they play like that, they'll give themselves a chance. They still won't stay up, but they'll give themselves a chance. But the performance between first half to second half, and one of the
it was.
You hear people talk about mentality and stuff. The mentality
it was shades different.
Yeah,
it was
night and day.
Yeah, it was a completely different team, but Crawley had one player that we both liked at number 2.
Yeah,
on the wing.
Yeah,
and it was like you need to sign him.
He was a trialist.
Yeah, sign him.
Just really good touch, really well composed. He had the right fullback in his pocket all day, lightningly quick.
Yeah, there were times where he should have had 2.
Yeah,
easy 2 or 3 goals. There was but I think
he was the outball.
Too many touches.
Yeah, but he's trying to make it. It's a trialist. You're trying to make an impression, but he was the outball in that first half.
Yeah.
And dare I say it, they were probably a little bit too one-dimensional in the first half because everything went that way.
Yeah.
But they could have been a cricket score if it was for the goalkeeper. So they won 2-0 on the night, but it could have been a significant amount more.
It was it was good seeing Crawley because my brother's a big Crawley fan.
Grew up there.
And he grew up there, and my brother just got season tickets, so he's quite excited about that. And we were gutted we couldn't get tickets to the final last season because it was a shame because there were a lot of people that had never been to a Crawley game and were going because of it. They were in the final.
Yeah, but when you've got 30,000 odd tickets in the Crawley's ground on the was 5.5.
Yeah.
And It's the same as when Brighton made the FA Cup semi-final. There was people there that had never been, that probably not been to the Amex all season. But
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to go to
Yeah,
Wembley. So
it was disappointing because me and my brother were quite well up for going, and it would have been a good day out. So I mean, I'd been called about 5 or 6 times last season.
Can I just count the number of videos?
Yeah, I think it's about 5 or 6.
Just count the videos.
Count the videos. Go to the play. There's a playlist of all where I've been, and go and have a watch from there.
No, it's good. Where are you? You're somewhere this weekend, aren't you?
I am back at Bognor. They are playing Pompey.
Should be a good game.
Should be a good game. Second pre-season game of the new season.
There you go. It's not easy to say in the first game of the new
Say
pre-season.
So yeah, it should be a good game. Go see my mate Robbie Blake.
Yeah.
Say hello to him.
Well, you spent a lot of time at Bognor last season, didn't you? So
yes, yeah. I saw him play Whitehawk. Saw him play Hornchurch.
Yeah.
And that was I really felt for Bognor on that, because Hornchurch scored on the 95th to get it 1-1.
And then they scored like the 97th or 98th.
98th minute
2-1
to get the winner. And
That's a
then
gut punch.
as soon as Bognor kicked off, ref blew the whistle.
Good punch.
But yeah, I was gutted for him. But yeah, I saw him a couple of times last season. And they've done well in pre-season so far with the games that they've had.
So you're Bognor Saturday, you're back at Lewes Sunday?
Back at Lewes Sunday, but I won't be filming that. I'm taking my daughter and her friend. I'm going to go see the women play, MK Dons women.
Nice.
And then we are on holiday.
Really?
So I won't be going to any more games till then.
Yep.
And then, oh no, actually,
You've got
no.
one, you are somewhere in between, aren't
I
you?
might try and get a game in on the 20.
So you were going somewhere on Tuesday?
I might be.
I'm
I'm not sure yet.
You said you were.
I might be. I might find a game somewhere and go. And then we are away. He's got to go on holiday with me for a week.
Pray for me.
I would. Especially if I've had a few drinks and I'd be pissed. I'll be up on the dance floor and all the kids entertainers go, any parents? Me.
See the grey in his beard, and he'll be a lot more grey.
Yeah. And then when we come back, we are.
Well, the plan is.
Yeah.
The provisional plan, anyway, depending on how these tickets fall, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially if it's mainly Leyton Orient is the one.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a concern at the minute.
Well, QPR still haven't announced when
None of the
tickets yet,
championship
have they?
have.
So
Yeah.
there are two plans afoot, effectively. We've got a plan A, and we come up with a bit of a plan B earlier, to be fair, didn't we? So
Yeah. So it's going to be
plan A is
QPR against
Yeah.
West Brom,
that's the 12:30.
and then over to Leyton Orient for 5:30.
Plan
Plan
B,
B.
is we're going to go to Millwall and Watford.
Yeah. And then try and head over to Crawley Blackpool.
Yes.
So yes, I think though.
Knowing the way things work, it's going to be an amalgamation of the two. We're going to probably end up at QPR and then up at Crawley.
Yeah, or it'd be Millwall and then Leyton Orient.
Yeah.
Because I've always wanted to go to Millwall.
I have been.
Always. Since last season, I saw a video online and it was Millwall Middlesbrough. And always wanted to go, just looking at the dead.
Yeah.
And it was like
I have been there. It is a nice ground.
yeah.
It's got an atmosphere like no other.
Yeah, and the thing that I think is good as well is the home fans and away fans train stations are completely separate. So there's not the case of there's going to be trouble and because you go out separate ways.
Well, I was an away fan. I went with the Brighton, and they literally put you in a cage coming out of the stadium to separate you from the home fans. You literally are in a cage. Which is
Yeah.
like just thinking you're coming out of a football stadium, and I was just like, I don't know. 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 I don't This was many years ago, so I don't know if that's obviously changed. Brighton was still a Championship club at this point, but it was a bit like, oh wow, this is different.
Well,
but the atmosphere there is a different type, is a different style now. So not in a bad way, but the Millwall fans will let you know you are in their ground. You are in their space.
Because also the grounds aren't the stands aren't connected, are they? They're literally separate,
which is really
old school,
really novel for a football stadium. Which is when I say about this atmosphere. So when you have like your connected stand, the sound connected stands, obviously the sound is quite insular. It's self-contained within the stadium, within the roofs of the sanctions. When you've got these gaps on the outside, it echoes.
Yeah,
and it feels, it certainly to me being in the ground, it felt louder. Because that sound had the way the sound travelled around the stadium, it felt louder, which is why I say that they let you know you're there.
Yeah.
Without it being a nasty atmosphere, it just felt louder at the stadium.
Yeah, I think I said in one of the podcasts before that I tried to get tickets to QPR Millwall.
Yeah, and they don't sell them to anybody but season tickets.
I phoned them and asked, and they were like, unless you've got a season ticket or a member, the police will not let us do general sales.
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't get there.
That's the thing, isn't it, in itself?
Yeah, it shows how much it was.
And I've been to Leyton Orient, and their ground is like you're on top of the pitch almost.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because you've got an old-fashioned wooden stand, and the number of people I used to sit, the number of people you see under the stand to just take 5 minutes because you're very enclosed, and then you got the housing all around the outside of it.
See,
it's quite cool. It's as a visual.
Yeah,
it's quite cool.
See, I didn't realise. I didn't know how many clubs were in London, but I didn't realise Leyton Orient were a London club.
They are, yeah. And
yeah, I didn't realise.
They are.
A few years ago, I didn't realise they were.
They're a little bit like Millwall. Sorry, not Millwall. Fulham. Their ground is like literally in the housing estate.
Yeah.
So it's like Luton as well, to be fair. But you can just see all the high rise. You just see the buildings around the outside. It creates quite a visual. For anybody that's played Football Manager, and that's the stadium template that they use. I
like that though.
Really feels community based.
Yeah, I know some people might not like it, that live around that area, but you've got to use it.
It's quite cool.
Yeah, but I like that. One ground I want to try and get to, and I don't know how their ticket sales are going to go, is Luton.
They'll hold their tickets. Luton have got a die-hard following.
I know. That's what I mean, but I'd love to.
You'd have more chance going to Luton when they move into their new stadium.
Or do it as an away fan.
No chance.
Away tickets. Get an away ticket off a team that's playing away.
No chance. They only give them like 1,000 tickets. No chance.
Give it a go.
Well, you think when you go down towards Championship, the number of London clubs that there are, or clubs that are very close to London, it's an easy trip for most away fans to get to Luton. So you've got no chance. Not a hope in hell.
I'll give it a go. I will try and get a Luton ticket this season. Try.
You got about much chance of getting a Luton ticket as you have a Salford being relegated from League Two. So good luck with that.
Salford are going down.
They are not going
Please,
down. No.
Put in the chat you agree that Salford are going down this season.
You are going to die on that hill. I'm telling you, you're going to die on that hill. They are not going down.
They're going down.
And I'm surprised word of that hasn't got to Gary Neville yet.
We ain't getting Gary Neville. I'll message him on Twitter.
Some ginger with the podcast said that Salford are going down.
Get me on the overlap.
I'll behave.
Do you know? I'd love to get to the point with YouTube and doing the podcast and the football content where you get invited to go. Obviously not the overlap because you got it's massive, but you get to the point where you're getting emails going such and such would like to come here or go on there or do this or do that.
Well, that's the name.
That's what the aim is to grow this channel, and get invited on stuff. It's not all about money. Money is nice, but it's more putting myself there and yourself out there with doing this.
I like talking about football, so
exactly. And anything involved in football, doing a charity match or that sort of thing.
It's been a long time since either one of us played.
Yeah, I know, but you've seen some of these people that do charity matches.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, so it's probably a very long time since they played. But that's what the goal is, to
Still
do
significantly
more,
better than us.
to do more involved with football, and yeah, that's the main goal, I think.
That's fair.
And I think,
It's a pretty good place to.
who's
Finish.
Jay? Hello, Jay. Was that Jordan?
I don't know. Look at this
No.
picture. See if this picture fits on the screen. If it doesn't, then it's Jordan.
Oh, I'm so sorry if you watch this, Jordan, that he said that. He's a very good.
Close up of him.
He's a very good friend of us.
Yeah.
He's a Chelsea fan, but he's a very
He is,
good friend
yes.
of ours.
Shirt looks like.
It is.
Sorry, John.
Jordan, what do you think of the new Chelsea kit?
It's grim.
It is grim, isn't it?
It is.
That is their home
The
kit.
fact that they
this
still don't
season.
have a sponsor. They still haven't chosen a sponsor yet.
Yeah, but they had a sponsor last season.
Yeah, they did, but I don't know if it was a one-year job or what. It's Chelsea. They do lots of weird, wonderful things.
Oh, he likes it. Did you see the thing he sent in the group today?
Yeah, I did.
Which I think he's lying. I got to admit though, sort of, yeah, to get people to buy a kit and sending them that is quite a good way of going.
It's because
Oh,
they
he's
know
gonna
the
get a
kit's
kit
not
now.
very nice. So they got to give them a reason
they
to go
got
and
to
do
put it
it.
out there.
Yeah, got to give them a reason to go and buy it.
But I do like Brighton's kit.
Yeah.
And I did do a short.
I like
here
Crawley's
with-
kit, to be fair, last night. That blue kit's
Crawley's
really nice.
Blue kit is lovely.
Not so sure on the Lewis green.
No, but their home kit's nice.
Yeah, I wonder how long they'll change it before they say they can't see the players because of the green pitch.
Yeah, I don't. I couldn't see him playing in that every week.
No, it was very, it
It's
wasn't.
hideous. Not nice at all.
Mm.
Yes. Also, so obviously this Sunday, Mike is not doing a podcast. He's got some work event.
Yep.
So it is going to be your first special guest this season, and it is going to be my daughter, Amy Penn.
I don't know if that came up. I was trying to do a drum roll. I really don't know if that worked.
So she's going to be doing her first podcast with her old dad this Sunday.
If you don't embarrass her, she might come back.
No, I'm not going to embarrass her. But she's
No,
got.
you being you embarrasses Amy.
Yeah, true.
Embarrasses yourself.
But she's got her own little segment coming into the season when it starts. It's Amy's football fashion focus. So it's going to be when she comes to games.
Okay.
We're going to be looking at the new home and away shirts
Okay.
because
Please tell me we're going to do it old school Top Gear style on a board.
yeah,
Oh, that'd be quality.
yeah. I'm even when her thumbnail comes up in the video, I'm even going to do a little jingle by my own voice as an over.
You don't want to get people to turn off before you watch it.
Do a little jingle.
You don't want people to turn off before they've watched it.
So yeah, keep a watch out for that. Amy's football fashion. I think it's a bit of music with it, jingle music.
Don't give up your day job.
Gonna get a bit of auto tune going, and it'll be good.
Oh my lord! Don't don't give up your day job. We're sorry, Amy, in advance that we killed your segment.
But yeah, let's food rating last night at the Lewis Crawley game. What did we think of the pie mash, mushy peas and gravy?
I'd give it a 6. Could have
6.
done with some salt. Could have done with some salt on the mash and the peas.
Yeah, the
The pie, lovely. So the pie on its own, I'd probably give it an 8 or a 9. But with the mash and the peas, needed a bit of
the
flavour.
mash
Yeah, it needed a little bit of
definitely
flavour.
needed
So
a bit of seasoning.
it drags it down a little bit.
I'd go 5.5.
Okay.
Just the mashed potato.
I mean, you had trouble eating yours, so you know.
Yeah, I wasn't tall enough to stand on the thing. So I was like that. I was like,
Yeah,
fucking
that was
tiptoe on my
that was quite
tiptoes.
funny.
Yeah, but you're taller than me, so you got the giraffe-ness. Well,
It's not a word, but carry on.
yeah, you're tall.
I'm not even tall. This is the thing. I'm 5'11". It doesn't even make me tall.
You're 5'7". You got a couple of inches on me.
Yeah, well. I thought you were sure, is it?
But yeah, so 5.5 for the food. Boobs McGee, the one
That's
with
hilarious.
glasses is well fit.
That's
Who's that then?
I've not a clue.
Hi, Boobs McGee.
That's hilarious though.
But something well fit.
It's the first time for something, I guess.
Hey, what about me?
He's also very jealous now. It's completely thrown him off his game.
I'm younger.
You're ginger.
Yeah,
You're
but-
just a bear.
Yeah, but you know. But yes, we're gonna leave it there, guys, for today. You've had 55 minutes of us rambling.
It literally has been around for today.
It has been today,
I think
but
we covered about 20 minutes of what we said we were going to do, and the rest of it's just been us.
yeah, I think. Also, there's been football talk. It has been football talk,
No, I'm not saying it hasn't, but you know.
but yeah, it's gonna when we get to the start of the season. Obviously, it's gonna be more structured then, and we're gonna know what we're doing, where we're going with it. This is just your pre-season
breeze.
warm up, shooting the breeze, as Mike just said. So it's good. But yes, as I said last night, it is goodbye from me, Mike.
Bye from me.
And until next time, I will see you on Sunday when you will have the pleasure of me and Amy. So until then, goodbye and ta-ta.
Ta-ta.